Hey everybody, how you doing? First of all, happy Thursday. Okay, well, obviously I'm not on Facebook, so I did not get to advertise. However, I did put something up on Skype, of course. Germany, haven't seen you guys in a while. Germany, hello, Germany. Cypress, Texas, hola. Grants Pass, hola. Well, look at all the people that aren't here yet. That's because I'm early. Lee. I see now I got to kill time while people show up. All right, anyway. Now, this is kind of interesting because tonight's show, for the purpose of the recording I'm going to make and put out, is going to be called QAnon Follies. Now, some people hear that word follies and they think it's suggestive of something, but no, that's not the idea. What I'm thinking is like QAnon foibles or QAnon exploits or something of this nature, because basically I'm just going to be talking about all the crap that's been going down. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I don't think I'll edit this. I'll keep this. Maybe edit a little bit. All right. Anyway, this is the Stephen D. Kelley Show. My name is Stephen D. Kelley, and it is Thursday, March 2/1. Ooh, it's 3/2/1 today. That's interesting. 3/2/1. Anyway, last Thursday was Pi Day, 3/14. Interesting. I love these numbers. Well, as you know, my last show was titled Bring Me the Head of Gordon Getty. And I'm going to go over some of these timelines here. Hang on, Bird. Quiet. Sorry. Now, obviously, when I posted the ad for the last show was on March 11th, okay? But the actual show was on March 14th. Well, by March 12th, I was in Facebook jail. Now, by then, let's see, what was it? By March 13th, it looks like. Yeah, by March 13th, I basically said, well, guys, watch out. We're going to have a false flag. And on March 15th of New Zealand time, I don't know what exactly the date is over here. Could even be the 14th over here. But on March 15th, the Ides of March, we had the event take place in Christchurch. So first of all, to say the very least, there's a video out there on YouTube where I specifically say that there is going to be a false flag event, and the thing takes place like 2 days later. Well, this thing's bugging me. Hell, if there's nobody talking, I don't even need this. What do you even need this for? I'll use it later. Oh, I didn't realize I took the earphones off. They're bugging my ears. And that's kind of weird because when I take my earphones off, suddenly I'm like back in the world with everybody else. And it's not so weird. So it sounds kind of weird to listen to me talk. Okay, anyway. I got to put them back on. I'm not used to this. Very weird. That's bizarre. Okay, well, anyway, what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to go look at the Q posts because they've been very active here as of late. And as I mentioned in the last show, it wasn't until after I came out with my campaign to attack Gordon Getty that I saw the Q going after Edward Snowden. And, of course, the campaign that I started completely changed the direction of the Q community thought patterns, which apparently was not the thing that was desired by Q. Now, quite a few things have happened. Obviously, since I've gone in Facebook jail, I'll say one thing: the QAnon page, our page, has gone up quite a bit. It's gone up several hundred. I know it doesn't seem like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but about 600 people or so in, well, almost 100 a day, practically, it seems like, but which is bizarre because obviously events are driving this. Now, I did come out with a video shortly after I was thrown in Facebook jail, basically saying a couple of things. That A, it was becoming very obvious that Q is Nazi. I've also suggested that John Podesta is actually NSA. And I said that the NSA is involved in the Volkswagen attack. So just to review that a little bit, if the NSA is all-knowing and has access to all communication and the ability to listen surreptitiously through people's cell phones and what have you, then certainly they were aware of everything that could possibly be done by anyone on the outside, i.e. John Podesta or some terrorist planning an event in Christchurch. So the point is that the all-powerful wizards and warlocks, who are certainly all-powerful, they claim to be all-powerful, certainly must have enough power to know what's going on, or to be at least involved and in control, which is probably more likely. So you have to wonder who John Podesta is really working for. Now, again, in review, the event that took place in New Zealand, of course, took place in a mosque and was targeting Muslims. And of course, this particular mosque also happens to be one where there was some terrorism training activity, apparently. So it's an interesting target. But at the same time that this was going on, several other events were taking place in the world, different parts of the world, similar in nature, except they were targeting Christians. Now, not that anything should be getting more attention than anything else, but the sheer volume of the number of Christians killed in these several events that is not being mentioned compared to the number of Muslims allegedly killed in this event in New Zealand is kind of interesting. But it did happen in the Philippines, in Kenya, Tanzania, a couple other countries, Nigeria, I believe, Mali, I'm not sure, but pretty heinous events. Hundreds of people in either one of these locations that are dying. And again, this is polarizing. Now, another event that allegedly took place here recently, and it's going to be, I'm going to mention this because it's going to feature into the timeline that we're going to be talking about with Q, and that is this event that took place where some crazy person got on a busload of children and tried to light the bus on fire. Of course, they say that he was a Muslim and the bus was full of Christian children, naturally, but either way, I don't know the specifics of this event, whether or not any children did die in this event or not. As right now, we do know that at the very least it was attempted, horrific as it is. But the point is that take all of those events, and then you take a lot of the other crazy legislation, abortion-related, coming out of the various states and what have you, and it would appear that it's an all-out effort, a frenzy even, of activity in order to push an agenda or salvage a group, perhaps. Either way. Now, my personal feeling, of course, is that however much of this was planned, obviously the false flag attack that took place in New Zealand certainly required quite a bit of planning. So I don't suspect that it was a spontaneous event that was a knee-jerk reaction to something that I did. However, the timing and the hijacking of the narrative right before an event and declaring that the event was going to take place was still effective nonetheless. And the thing that's even interesting to observe right now is that this particular event in New Zealand doesn't seem to be getting the traction that one would expect for such a shooting. I guess, of course, you could say, well, you know, we don't care because they're Muslims and it's New Zealand, it's 8,000 miles away, whatever. But at the same time, when they do these things, you expect that they're going to affect policy. And I think that aside from the distance and isolation, I think that most of the people here in this country, a good portion of them, especially the people in our community, are somewhat immune now and numb to the effects of these things. And then when you factor in somebody actually saying there's going to be a false flag attack on the 15th, and then it happens on the 15th, the choreography of the whole thing is ridiculous. Now, really, you're going to stage a false flag attack on the Ides of March. That's sort of like shooting down an airliner on Halloween. It's kind of obvious when they do things like that. So, very suspicious. But let me go ahead and look at the Q stuff. One of the reasons why I kind of looked in this direction was I'm looking at a post that somebody put up, or a comment that somebody put up in a QAnon page. And it's from some Joe M. guy who has a little skull with the American flag thing and says, "@storm is upon us," which I assume is a Twitter handle. But anyway, this Joe M. person says, Q was pissed at the attempted murder of all those school children, so went all scorched earth last night with a cascade of revelations about the sickos who have been entertaining us. Judging by the new shock I saw, there are a lot more eyes waking up to this reality. Be warned. Okay, so I'm going to look at the Q stuff, but first, now here's some paid someone or other that is procuring Q upon people. And what is he saying here? He's calling this, first of all, Q is pissed off at an attempted murder of school children. Okay, now remember, read between the lines. Q is pissed off that some Muslim would attempt to kill Christian children. No. So went all scorched earth. Now, first of all, this is partisan, and it's certainly not even partisan, but it's at the very least a little biased. Now he says, cascade of revelations. Revelations, I would suggest that this information is new. Okay? The sickos we have entertaining us. Okay, now, first of all, entertaining us. Who? Us as a big group. Who are these entertainers that are entertaining us? I don't know about you, but I don't watch TV or movies, so I don't have sickos entertaining me. But apparently, the mob is entertained by sickos. Now Q is suggesting that, or this Joe M here is suggesting that somehow Q made a cascade of revelations about all the sickos that have been entertaining you. So let's look at these cascade of revelations coming from Q and see who are these sickos that have supposedly been entertaining you, okay? Because that seems like a big deal. And then remember, he says here, judging by the new shock. New shock. In other words, remember, this is old fucking news. but there's new shock. So judging by the new shock, that must mean there are a lot of eyes waking, or in other words, there's a lot of sleepers that are just now waking up to this crap. So they're getting all excited over this regurgitated old stuff. It's kind of like me having to repeat the Getty story a million times because somebody woke up yesterday. Well, you know what? Just because you woke up yesterday doesn't mean that the first source of news that you heard some story at is the all-powerful originator of that information. So, bottom line, there's going to be a lot of people trying to take credit for a lot of the work that people have done making these revelations, and certainly Q is not above that. So let's look at the Q post. Now, bear in mind, again, my advertisement, as I said, came out on the 11th. Okay? I was in Facebook jail on the 12th. On the 13th, I made my prediction. And on the 15th, we had an attack. Okay? But on the 14th, I did my show. So I don't think the attack had happened because the 14th was the last show. So all this happened. Oh, 818's trying to call in. No, we're not ready for calls right now, 818. So anyway, let's go back to the Q page. So now remember, when I made my first thing was back on the 11th. So I'm going to go back to the Q back on the 11th. Okay. Now, as you recall, that's somebody trying to call me. Whoops, damn it. Are we still here? Yeah, we're still here. All right, callers, I'm not taking any calls right now. Stop it. Okay, where was I? Okay, we're going on the Q page. And I'm going to March 11th. Now remember, okay, now on March 11th, here we go. Here's the Q post. Starts on the 10th, March 10th, all throughout March 10th, up until, let's see here. Yeah, up until the 10th. Okay, so all on the 10th was totally attacking Snowden. And then I came out and did my thing on the 11th, right on the attack. Okay, so what happens on the 12th, or here it is, March 11th. Apparently there was a heart attack, somebody, whatever. Let me see, who is this person who died here? John Perry Barlow, dead, whatever, okay, whatever. Cause of death not immediately clear, but he had heart problems in recent years. Okay, now Q somehow says that this is somehow related. And he's got a connection to proof. Snowden, clock is ticking. How is Russia? Freedom of the press. And then he says, John Perry Barlow, nobody is safe, Q. And then it says, heart attacks can be deadly. All right, first of all, what the fuck is that? So here's Q, two posts here suggesting now a threat of causing a heart attack and showing an obituary for somebody allegedly died who may have been a possible target of said heart attack. So they're saying, hey, you Snowden, we're going to give you a heart attack. Now, bear in mind, who does that, okay? That's the Tesla technology, okay? That's Men in Black type shit. That's the sort of stuff the NSA does. That's Getty crap. That's the sort of stuff I've been dealing with. Assholes that do that shit, heart attack you, okay? I've known people that have been heart attacked by these bastards. So let's see. We go on here, March 11th. What's he talking about after that threat? He goes straight into 3028, which is deposition, departure, Mueller, Whitaker, Sessions, Barr, Mueller, or Pelosi. Again, and then talking points to satisfy loony left. Sheep, think for themselves, base. Okay, here we go. Left, loony left. All right, partisan right left bullshit. Talking about Washington crap. Here it is, 11, more Washington bullshit. Remember, the whole time this is going on, I'm attacking them, saying that Q is NSA and that what's his face is Podesta's NSA, and that Gordon Getty's the only threat. Let's see. March, it keeps on going on. Now, remember, I'm having crap. I'm going through crap with Facebook. People are going, oh, what the hell, what the hell? And we got more Donald Trump, first 2 years in office, presidential briefing. That's Q through 3030. Twitter for George so-and-so, Epoch Times interview, FBI. That's 3031. Epoch Times interview, 3032. That's March 11th. Then here we go, March 11th, 3033. And it's stay in the light, remain open to comms with Senator Graham and Grassley, RE, Whistleblower Protection Act. They will take your phone calls, Q. I actually had people saying, oh, they'll take your phone calls. You're a whistleblower. Call Graham and Grassley. They'll take your calls. I'm thinking, really? What am I, retarded? You think I'm going to call these traitors? Do you think I forgot that this is one of these bastards for sure was working with ISIS, and suddenly, because he's a Republican, it's okay now? Okay, a little partisan there. Then let's see, we go on 12. Do you believe time is coincidence? Stay tuned. More bullshit, more bullshit. 12, 12, 12. What do we got? Okay, now we got flowcharts, chain of command for mid-year investigation, blah, blah, blah. FBI crap. Okay, again, investigation, Mueller bullshit. 3036, Mueller bullshit. 3037, bullshit. Now here we have 3038, big long thing. And of course, we get this repetitive shit. We're thinking, okay, this is supposed to be pearls of wisdom, and yet we get this like dogmatic bullshit speech. Here's an example. Decide for yourself, parentheses, be free from outside opinion. Decide for yourself, parentheses, be objective in your conclusion. Decide for yourself, parentheses, be true to your own beliefs. Decide for yourself, parentheses, be open to the following facts. Decide for yourself, parentheses. I can't continue reading this shit. It goes on like this. We'll skip down a little bit. Decide for yourself, parentheses, be free. Those who attack you, those who mock you, those who call you, those who control you, those who label you. Do they represent you, or do they represent themselves, parentheses, in some form? Mental slaving, and on and on and on and on. I mean, come on. First of all, what the fuck is this? Okay, come on. Really? Remember, try to remember who the hell this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be the military. Okay, people, you can't have it both ways. You can't forget who you're dealing with one day and then think it's somebody else the next day. You think, who's saving us? The president and some American military patriots, some ranking military. Okay, remember, this isn't just ranking military. This is wizards and warlocks, the guys that have all the control, that see everything. Okay, but remember, Five Eyes are bad, and yet wizards and warlocks who see everything and control everything are somehow not Five Eyes. That's something else, okay? That's just slow. Anyway, this whole thing goes on, and this is some sort of a pep talk. Now, remember, this whole time this is going on, I'm coming down, basically, on Q. This is during the time of period where I'm saying Q's Nazi, blah, 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 I'm blasting it. And what do we get? We get this kind of bullshit speech, pep talk crap. When you are awake, you are able to clearly see. The choice is yours and yours alone. Trust and put faith in yourself. You are not alone, and you are not in the minority. Difficult truths will soon see the light of day. WWG1 WGA! Exclamation point Q. All right, that's just bullshit, okay? Come on. That's just a little rah-rah pep talk. Revelations, it's all coming. Really? Remember, the whole time this is going on, I'm screaming, Getty, you know? I'm actually putting out revelations, and Q is making promises. So what do we get? What's next coming up? Let's see, March 12th. Jim Jordan, Adam Schiff, Jim Jordan, yeah, bullshit. What do we get? Then what? A meme showing all these fucking people, the Clinton administration or the Obama administration, in jail. Now that Russia collusion is a proven lie, when do the trials for treason begin? Okay, remember, partisan. Okay? Promises made, promises soon to be kept. Has POTUS made a statement? slash assertion that didn't end up being proven correct. Change we can believe in. Oh, wow, that's a slogan now. When they go low, we go high. Let freedom ring. Q. Now, that is like 4 or 5 lines of bullshit there. Does any of that supposed to mean something when they go? I mean, what the fuck? Is this like a coach talking to his team? Come on, guys, get out there and fight. Rah, rah. Like a fucking football game. When they go low, we'll go high. Let freedom ring. Yeah. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Go team. And then here we go, 3041. The unsealing of the first several indictments will bring about unity. Oh, okay. They want unity now. We're talking about unity and change. Okay, wait a minute. Change and unity. Returning power to the people. Rule of law. Fuck that. And then what? Okay, 3042. We stand together as patriots. Yeah. More bullshit pep talk. We get tons and tons of YouTube. And then the same thing. And then the same thing. More. And then what do we get? Just found out that Obama had my wires tapped in Trump Tower just before the victory. Nothing found. This is McCarthy. Who gives a fuck? You know, really? Come on. 3045. How did Hillary Rodham Clinton obtain special access programs on her personal servers? Yeah, okay, because she's a criminal, all right? Fucking arrest her. Let's see. 3046. How did Hillary Rodham Clinton obtain? Same thing. He doesn't say shit. Okay? Just, pointing fingers. Still pointing fingers. Not arresting anybody, but still pointing fingers. I mean, you got to be pretty impotent. Come on. And then, okay, here we go. 3047. March 13th. Okay, this is a whole next day now. Okay? Now, just for perspective, what's going on the 13th? On the 13th, I came out and said that Q was a bunch of Nazi bullshit. And watch out for a false flag attack on the 15th. I said that on the 13th. Suddenly Q's whole attitude changes. What do we get? Trolling is fun. Panic is good. Panic increases the rat population. Page shill brothers majority of time on the top of POTUS Twitter feed. How is that mathematically possible given volume? Coordination between shills and Twitter? He or she who laughs last. Nobody is safe. Okay. You know why? Because the Twitter and the social media was blowing up with anti-Q shit. Truth was coming out. Reality was going nuts because we were driving that. They're freaking out. Oh, wait a minute. What day did YouTube go to? Let me see. Facebook died. What day was it? Q doesn't mention that. Anyway. What else does he say? Oh, now we're getting into Fox News. Okay. What does he say here? Democrats don't care about the integrity of the census. Okay, we're talking about the census because of the illegals. Okay, so right away we're talking about illegals again because it's Democrat, Republican, and getting those votes. It's just an election. 3035, we got a picture of Jerry Epstein's tunnel or his little blue and white striped little grotto, whatever you want to call it, entrance to the elevator. So all of a sudden, here it is, March 14th or March 13th, Q's decide now to change, get away from the Washington bullshit, go back to something like pedophilia. What else? Okay, here we go. 3051, life log problems, garbage file, Q. And then 3052, oh, shit's going down. Kids say they can't log into Instagram or post on Facebook. Ah, see, here it is. March 13th, Facebook goes down. See, this was after the 12th. Remember, they locked me out of Facebook. So what do? We go to town. We spammed the internet. Completely spammed it. On the 12th, we spammed it with Getty material. So what happens? They pulled the switch on Facebook. They couldn't stop all those posts. And what does Q say? Suddenly Q has to respond. Oh, kids say they can't log. Kids, come on. Kids. All right, how many billion fucking users are there on Facebook? But he says kids can't log in. Is that demeaning? Oh, the stupid kids say they can't log in or post on Facebook. Oh. Really? Suddenly it's an issue. Okay, then he says the cleaning crew is active. As if to say, okay, that's CIA. The CIA is in there wiping the evidence from Facebook that they're actually run it. All right, what does this say? 3053. A New York Times.com technology Facebook data deals investigation. Whistle while you work. Have you seen the movie Snowden? Facebook is my bitch. RENSA access. DARPA panic is greater than exposure. Q. There he is attacking Snowden again. As if the poor NSA is being attacked. And then what do we get here? Let's see. 3056. So let's see. 3054. Happy hunting. Q. Okay, that's just bullshit. Now here he is. 3055. Sarah Carter. He's posting a Twitter link for Sarah Carter. I don't even do that. And then he says the end is near. Really? You got a Q? You got to post Sarah Carter. Okay. Let's see. 3056. Baker requests handoff. Thank you for your service. Fuck Baker. The importance of anons, patriots, and your commitment thus far is incalculable. God bless. Q. The importance of anons. Okay, that's supposed to be us, you know? The little worker drones that support Q. No, fuck Q. We are doing it. Okay, what's he put up next? 3057. Let me see. We got a Punisher skull. Okay. Ooh, a traitor's justice. PNG. Ooh, traitor's justice. Death. Okay. Ooh, we love that gore. Ooh, Punisher. Kill, kill. And then he says 3058. Debrief complete. RR, which was Rod Rosenstein, I guess. Debrief. Who gives a fuck? Okay. And then we got AG Barr, disgusted by what he discovered so far. In all my years, all my life, I would never have thought. Blah blah blah. Bullshit. Anyway, now we're getting into the 12th, okay, and there's going to be a little drop here. It goes from the, let's see here, we go from the 12th. No, hang on. These are the 14th. These are all from the 14th, this last batch here. Okay, so it's continuous. Okay, so the 14th is pretty continuous, but it goes on. Now we're here we are, 3062. Russia collusion, Rod Rosenstein, blah, blah, bullshit. Here we go, 3036. Remember this important fact. Okay, this is what Q thinks is important. Okay, seriously, you're being told to think that this is important by your little leader. Q says, Adam Schiff is part of the Gang of Eight. Parentheses, intel. It will become critical once the Gang of Eight material is declassified. Logical. If Adam Schiff knew everything, he's investigating and staying publicly. Who gives a fuck? Adam Schiff is a fucking pedo. Just bust him for that and forget all this political Washington crap. Kick him out of fucking office. If you got fucking pedos in office and they can't be arrested because they're in office, doesn't that tell you there's something wrong with the law that these people think is so wonderful that they're trying to defend? The law won't let you arrest pedos because they're in office? Okay, something's wrong there. So Q, basically, again, more bullshit. Bullshit. March 14th. More testimony. Peter Strzok, Lisa Page. Who gives a fuck? Washington bullshit. 3036. Okay, here we go. Now, 3036, August 30th. Okay, look at this. We go from, no, wait a minute. This is a recap. This is from the 14th, but he's resharing something from the 30th. It says, What is the significance of Nellie Orr being fluent in Russian? Is Russia a common language to learn? This might be the language to be studied. What position might this language be useful? So right away, the farm requires select skill sets. The farm, okay, CIA, okay. Yeah. Anyway, okay. There they go, attacking the Russia thing. So here's the theme now. Remember, one side, the two sides of the one side, both sides of the coin are attacking each other, but we got to look at who they're hating. They're hating Snowden and they're hating Russia. Okay, so that's something to look at. What do we got here? 3036, March 14th, insider actions for Facebook Incorporated, CIA. Okay, yeah. More CIA bullshit. Goes on and on and on. Okay, Hack the Planet, Hack the Gibson, good movie, zero cool. Q's quoting movies now on 3070, something about the movie Hackers. All right, here we go, 3071. Okay, this is Q's idea of summarizing the week. Prep to steal 2020 elections. Attack Fox News to control opposition narrative. Okay. Remember, opposition, this is polarizing. 6 CEOs control 90%, that's corporations, of the mainstream media. Okay, they're not saying anything about those 6 corporations that control the mainstream media. There's another demographic involving those 6 corporations that they're probably not going to mention. Vote to allow illegal immigrants right to vote in elections. Or fear of that. Push talking points, I think he spelled it wrong. Voter age should be decreased from 18 to 16. Okay. No walls, open borders, all welcome. More votes. Deny proper counting of U.S. Census. Avoid public's knowledge of real illegal population to avoid voter fraud, risk to elections. Okay, welcome to the Democratic Party. This is what Q's priorities are. Worrying about elections. Now, wait a minute. Remember, Q is supposed to be military intelligence. Remember how you guys are all saying it's military intelligence? Does military intelligence give a damn about politics or which party is what? Since when is our military partisan? Disregard spelling error. He had to repost it. Server config change 370. Okay, now here we go. 3074, March 14th. This is interesting. Very sad to see Germany pulling the strings on the UK. Democracy must and should always prevail. Q plus. Now, first of all, what the hell does this have to do with anything that we have to be concerned about? What the hell is this? What does this even mean? Very sad to see Germany pulling strings. Is this anti-Germany? This was kind of interesting. Okay, let me see. Anti-Russian, anti-Germany. Okay, check. Let's see, what's next? 3075. Stand strong, patriots. The United States is with you. Q. Okay, again, whoop-de-whoop, whoop. 36 or 3076, nothing. 3077, be vigilant at all times. U.S., UK, France, IT. See something, say something. Narrative change needed. Fake news. Okay, somebody trying to drive the narrative. Example, Washington Post, blah, blah, blah. FBI lawyer, blah, blah, blah. Enemy of the people. Okay, more politics. 3078, not big enough to pull headlines away. Okay, Q is worried about pulling headlines away. Well, caller, you keep trying to call. I don't know who to say. Yeah, mute yourself. That's not working out too good. You know how to? Can you mute? Is this Melissa?
Oh.
Who is this?
No, this is Bob. Bob Sherman. I'll mute.
Hi, Bob. Yeah, mute. All right. All right. Anyway, so we're worried about news. Not big enough to pull headlines. News away. Okay. Think days. Okay. It's all about news cycle. Now, again, remember, it's all about manipulating the mob. Here we go. 3079, March 14th. What is this? Fox News. Tomorrow is Friday. More Fox. And then what do we have? on American flag. 3080, Q post American flag. Okay, whatever. And then we have 3081, dark to light, with a silly ass Daily Mail ad. Really? Q? You're posting Daily Mail? Again, that I don't even allow that stuff on my page. And here we go. What? 3082? Another damn Twitter post. Dark to light. Really, Q? Is that the best you could do? Post other people's crap? Okay, 3083. These people are sick. It's not a coincidence. It never is. Q. Saying nothing. Again, 3085, a Twitter post. 3086, stay alert. Q. Code Monkey, stay alert. Message to Code Monkey. Then here we have 3087. What is this? A Twitter post about a couple airplanes, U.S. Army airplanes, U.S. Air Force airplanes, C-35 Galaxies. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Okay, somebody's getting sent off to Gitmo. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Here we have March 15th. Now, here you go. Now, when I saw this here, this post that came out on March 15th, first thing I said, this is when I said, this is Nazi. Okay, remember, Ides of March. This is when the shooting and all this shit's taken place, okay? Now, this is a Q post here, March 15th. This is 3089. This is extremely Nazi. Quote, I have the support of the police, the support of the military, the support of the bikers for Trump. I have the tough people, but they don't play it tough until they go to a certain point, and then it would be very bad, he told Breitbart on Thursday, and then tweeted out the remark. Coronated, same day. How much more obvious can we make it? So what is that supposed to mean? That Q and Trump are the same thing? Okay, so what? But first of all, this is Trump saying this. These are threats. Don't push my people. Don't push my people. They'll get violent. They'll get tough. They play tough. They play. It's a fucking game. The military and the police and bikers, they're all going to go criminal? That's supposed to be a threat? And okay, what do we have here? 3090, test 1, Q. 3091, test 2, Q. And then what do we have? 92, picture of a watch and a pen. 93, picture of a watch and a pen. 94, picture of a watch and a pen. We're supposed to go, oh, look, Q knew something. Q did something. Look, there's some little trick here. We're supposed to see, oh, yeah, ooh, ah. Big whoop-de-fucking-do, okay? So what? They're coordinated. This is supposed to be entertaining? So what? Remember, the whole time this bullshit was going on with the pens and watches and crap, I was dumping real information, tearing these bastards apart. That's controlling the narrative. 3095, March 15th, Fox News, politics, more bullshit. 3096, Twitter post, bullshit. 3097, what day is it today? How much more obvious can we make it? What the fuck? Doesn't mean shit. And then what happens? What do we get? 3098. Look what POTUS tweeted and what's in the upper left corner. Retweets many for plausible denial. It's him, Trump, getting excited about fucking Jeannie Pirro getting fired from from Fox. Who cares? That's like saying you actually watch TV. Come on. Smart people don't watch TV. I don't care if it's Fox or Disney or ABC. Obviously, Disney buying. Of course, they're pissed off that Disney is buying Fox, but Fox is fake anyway. Come on, you think Rupert Murdoch is a good guy? 3099, Anons, WRWIQ, big fucking deal. Here we go. Okay, this is post-shooting now. 3031, New Zealand to change gun laws after mass shooting, and we've got a picture of the shooter's gun with reference to John Podesta. How does a dog do when he or she has a bone? Did he have a therapist? Who paid for his travel to the Middle East? Okay, so they're all talking about Podesta. He's pointing fingers at Podesta. Come on. He's fucking NSA. And then what do we have after that? We have.
I like the pictures of Clinton.
I'm not get. I'll get there. I will get there. Shh, go away.
Okay.
Then we're back on to 3031. We got more Judge Jeannie. 3104. We got Twitter. Another Twitter, Trump status, big damn deal. Then on 3105, we have, let's see, what do we have here? Patriot, a person who loves, supports, and defends his or her country and its interests with devotion, a person who regards him or herself as a defender, especially of individual rights, against presumed interference by the federal government. Gee, that could be Q. Traitor, a person who betrays another, a cause, or any trust. And that sounds like he's talking about Snowden. 2, a person who commits treason by betraying his or her country. Okay, that's Q. And then what do we have here? You got let's see. 3106, a picture of a tree, half alive, half dead. Okay, whatever. And then 3107, picture of a flag. 3108, Donald Trump is tweeting the same picture. Okay, whatever. Great. You made a connection. Okay, fine. 3109. Thanks for playing at Jack. Showing your hand was the intended target. The strike will be fast. Shall we play a game? Q. Okay, whatever. Q's playing fucking games. The strike will be fast. It's like, we're going to get you. We're going to get you. Come on. What kind of shit is this? 3110. Thanks for playing, Jack. Again, strike on move. Okay, whatever. Again, more threats. Here we go. Let's see. May 18th, next day, foxnews.com. You were warned, Jack. The strike will be fast. Let's keep playing. Okay, whatever. And this is supposed to be exciting. And then all of a sudden, let's see, what do we got? 18th. Now, remember, what was it? What day was it? On the 21st of March was when Q was supposed to be pissed off. Okay, we're not even there yet. Okay, we're now on the 18th. But now what do we got? We got pictures of, let's see, New York Post. Let me see, 3112, nothing, kill a LARP, blah, blah, blah. 3113, believe in coincidences, never interfere with an enemy. Ammunition is hard to come by. 3114, who is the real intended target? 3115, report delay. The real panic comes in the form of a last resort. Okay, now he goes to these pictures. Starting with 3116, we've got Clapper, whatever. Then we go 3117, he's got Sally Q. Yates. 3118, we've got Susan Rice. 3119, Loretta Lynch. 3120, John Brennan. 3121, James Comey. And 3122, Andrew McCabe. Well, let's see here. You know what? I think they're all Democrats. I'm pretty sure these are all Democrats. All right, 3123, listen carefully. Devin Nunes statement. Okay, again, who gives a shit? 3124. Ugh, more bullshit. Fox News, Obama Council, whatever, strangled, whatever. Okay. Again, none of this is important. 20th. Okay, we're getting up to the 21st, remember? Okay, 20th. More treason bullshit. The pill must be easy to swallow. Yeah. Okay, Nellie Orr. Why would you need to know how to speak Russian? Okay, it's still talking bullshit. 3127. Ask yourself a very simple Q. Why would the fake news media attempt to discredit blah, blah, LARP, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, Q's worried about, why are they saying bad things about Q? Why are they discrediting us? Really? Like you care. All right, now here we go. 3128. And it references a earlier post, 3077. Be vigilant at all times. Narrative needs changing. And then below it, it's got 51 children burned alive, enough to change the narrative for days. This is not a game. These people are sick. So, Q wants to talk about the kids being burned alive on the bus. I didn't know any of them died. I didn't know anything about this. So suddenly Q's supposedly pissed. Supposedly. Okay. So everything supposedly changes now. We get a repeat. 31, 21, 29 is the repeat. This is not a game, all caps, Q. Q's pissed. This is not a game. Really? I thought it was a fucking game. I thought that's exactly what you were doing, playing fucking games. 31:30. It is with tremendous sadness that we share Professor Alan B. Kruger, beloved husband, father, son, Princeton professor of economics, took his own life over the weekend. Statement from his family reads, startle list. Okay, this is Q thing. Okay, so right away Q is making light of this. 31:31. We got Clinton and Pedo Island. Big picture of him. Will the rich and powerful influence the court to prevent the unsealing? Following attorney, who took the pic? Who was located behind the camera? I think that was that Chandler girl, probably. And then 31:22, Nick Lewin, Mueller thing, it's getting into bullshit. Then right away, he goes off. 31:33, more of this fucking bullshit with Clinton digging, blah, blah, blah. How many girls were waiting at the return for the boat? Who owned the boat? What does a handler procure? Is the handler one of many connected to Epstein? Flight logs reveal many artifacts. So here it is, March 20th. Q is all of a sudden rediscovered pedophilia. Okay? Suddenly, we've forgotten about the Washington bullshit, and we're back in pedophilia. Now, remember, according to this idiot here, Joe M., he says that Q's going to give us a cascade of revelations about sickos who have been entertaining us. Okay, so let's go look at these pictures, because this is the cascade here. Here's your cascade. 31:36 all the way through up to today, 31:60, so-called cascade. All right, so let's look at this fucking cascade here. What do we got here? We've got Rachel Chandler, child handler. These people are sick. Okay, Rachel Chandler. Okay, remember, this is not a revelation. This is old news. But to people that don't know any better, they call this a revelation. And we got a bunch of Twitter posts. Here we go. Picture of 3173. Or no, I'm sorry, 3137. A picture with Rachel Chandler with Eminem. And she says, and he goes, Q says, this one case has the ability to bring down many rich and powerful people, those who scream the loudest. Again, this is fucking Eminem, okay, rap guy. And in this picture of this Rachel Chandler girl, she's supposed to be underage. I'm trying to pull up this picture and see how old she is, but how old is she here? Let's see, 16 years old. Okay, so Eminem has a picture of him and his arm around a 16-year-old girl. Wow, I'll bet that never happens in music. Okay, but that's a big deal. Okay, here's P. Diddy. And he's got his arm around the same girl. And she says, I am 14 here. Oh. P. Diddy's got his arm around the waist of a 14-year-old girl. Well, let me tell you something. She doesn't look 14, but you know what? That's some old news. This stuff happens a lot in the music area. Okay, so first of all, cascade of stars have been entertaining us. We got Eminem and P. Diddy, okay? I don't know about you, but I don't listen to rap, okay? So far, that's not a cascade as far as I'm concerned. All right, let's look at some more of these stars. Let's see. Here's a picture of some guy, it looks like Tom Arnold, and maybe Rachel Chandler. And you know what? Hey, mute. And what does it say? Let's see. It says, there's a big clue here right in the middle of the picture. What does it say? It says, Getty Images. Hello? It's right in front of your fucking face. Getty Images. There's the real news. Let me see. What else we got? Dude, you're not muted. Then we go back. We got Rachel. Someone's not muted. We got Rachel Chandler standing next to Bill Clinton. Big fucking deal. Okay? All right. Somebody's not muted. Not working for me here. Let me see who's on the call. Why are we having these issues? Huh. This is bizarre. Hello, who's here? Hey guys, hang on just a second here. I got to try to fix this. Sorry about that. Looks like it was break time anyway. That's probably why I was hearing all that noise. She's probably unmuting. I'm going to have to bring her in, but I'm not ready anyway. All right, let me just go a little bit further here. But anyway, bottom line is suddenly now we see a bunch of pictures from Rachel Chandler's Tumblr, where it's got a bunch of pictures of children and what have you. Okay. Now, first of all, I'm still looking for these celebrities that are supposedly this cascade of celebrities that are entertaining us. Okay, wait a minute. Here's one. Paris Hilton. Oh, okay. Is she entertaining us? Okay, here we go. Who else do we got here? No, nobody. Oh, we got a picture of the Pope's red shoes. Is he entertaining us? Let me see what else. Britney Spears. Okay, there's Britney Spears. Okay, she must be entertaining us. And here's a picture of Prince Andrew. It doesn't even look like him. Oh, Richard Gere. There you go, Richard Gere. Okay, so we got Richard Gere, Britney Spears, P. Diddy, Eminem, and Paris Hilton. Now, this is a cascade of revelations, supposedly. Hello, do any of you feel entertained by any of those people? This is the so-called cascade of revelations that Q is supposedly shocking you with. Hello? This isn't shit. It's all old news. It's nothing. But you're supposed to be shocked. All right. In the last post from Q, March 20th, FBI.gov tips. I'll tell you how, yeah. I got a tip for you. Don't waste your time. Anyway, so with that, I'm going to see if I can go ahead and, whoops, there we are. Take a break, get my tea. I think I've been yelling enough for a little bit. Ooh, volume, it came in kind of hot that time. Are we in? I don't think I did it right. Are you there? Oh, no, she's not there yet. Jeez, she's probably on the other call. I got to fix that. Oh, there you are. Oh, that didn't work. Skype is so screwy. Yeah. Let's see. Hang on, guys. Oop, there it is. She needs to get off this call. Bear with me, okay? No. Whoops. Well, looks like I can't get her in here. Well, there is one thing I want to try to bring up. Let me see, are you there? But that is the... I've been talking a lot about Q being a Nazi, but at the same time, I'm seeing a lot of the whole the Zionist thing going on. You know, obviously, because I look at there's still a lot of anti-Muslim sentiment coming out of here, and of course that's not too strange for our military to be anti-Muslim, but at the same time, it's a little. It's not their job to be doing that. Yeah, I definitely lost her. How am I going to fix that? Let's see. Where? Oh, well. Okay, who wants to do a break? Who wants to call in right now and join me? Huh? Now's a good time to do it. I don't know. They make this so difficult. Okay, where is she? Let me try adding her one more time. I'll actually have to cut this part out. Yes, go ahead. Hey, I'm back. Wow. Are you there? Can't tell. Nope. I can't connect. I lost my break connection. Well, here, let me just see who's all out there. First of all, I'm going to say hi to everyone. I know I probably lost a lot of you there. Oh, there you are. Bad internet. Okay. Keep talking. All right. Well, Germany's still with us. Hola, or I should say, Guten Tag. Alameda, California, Cypress, Texas, Buffalo, New York, Tampa, Florida. Oh, Grants Pass. Hi. Okay, here we go. Hummelstown, PA. Whoops. Bear with me. Hey, shh. Hey. All right, hang on. One more time. Whoops. Oh, God, I hate this Skype here. Doesn't look like it's going to work, but we'll try it here. Okay, who's here again? Where is here? No, it's not working. I've already tried. Anyway, you're going to have to hang up and go away and come back because, all right, you're there. Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, you got really bad noise. Okay. Bad background noise.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yes, okay, hang on. That's why I hung up on you. Okay, Tampa, Florida. Oceanside, there you are. Hi, Oceanside. Encinitas is there too. Hi, Encinitas. Hi. Oceanside. What are we going to do with you? Okay, anyway. We'll get back. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute, and it's all yours. Talk to you in a little bit. Oceanside. All right.
All right.
See you in a little bit.
Blessings, many blessings. Good evening, bonsoir, guten morgen, dobro jutro. Welcome to Truthcat Radio Network. Thank you to you who are listening to the Stephen D. Kelley Show, Thursdays night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Western Time. Please join live on air by tuning in at truthcatradio.com. You need an up-to-date version of Adobe Flash Player to listen to Truthcat Radio. Up in front, asking President Donald Trump for the Getty Center. Yes, us, we the people, right to demand the White House, President Donald Trump's administration 2019, to support us and to immediately sign our petition with 1,051 signatures out of 100,000 that we ask our Marine Corps to be called to occupy the Getty, liberate Peter facility, order Marines to rescue the child sex slaves under the Getty Center in LA and worldwide bunkers, and shut down the elite mafia, free our sex child slaves, and return them to the surface. Let me tell you what we are really talking about under the Getty Elite Center. Liberate enslaved humans, free high-tech, medicine, no pollution, no Fukushima radiation. Free energy, speed of light computing, and this is just a tiny benefit. Steve aids us implode as beneficial lightsabers. To understand more, please read Lasers, Cavers, and Magic, 2011. Please, thank you, Universe, for closing down the child trafficking and arresting those involved. S'il vous plaît, la Terre besonderheden. Guten Morgen, hilf bitte. Sexsklaven, kinder von Erde, Hilfe. Dobrý den. Pomožte nám, prosím. Pomožite nám, пожалуйста. Sex rabidietem il zemi нужна pomoc. Please. By sunset, any place you are on earth, by sunset, take a moment to meditate, to visualize peace on earth, to visualize liberating and occupy the Getty. With coordination by every sunset, raise your souls and praise for the earth. Fukushima and our human energies shall rise up to a miracle of life. Anyway, please email Steve at law17gun@aol.com. And it's also the email to use to receive for free Dr. Kelley's book, Lasers, Cavers, and Magic. The Kindle and Amazon edition, Cities Under the Plane, for $7 US. Twitter at Stephen D. Kelley, hashtag Occupy the Getty. On the second hour, please call in at 714-598-3125. Please just ring once or twice, hang up, and Dr. Kelley will call you right away. This address for Skype is Stephen.D.Kelley, Anaheim, California. Dr. Kitten is 100% listener supported. We are very grateful to anyone right now who can contribute and help him get through this. The PayPal is stephenkelly714@gmail.com or patreon.com/StephenDKelly, a crowdfunded site where you can set an amount of monthly financial support. Thank you. In closing, we ask Mother, Father, God in heaven to please fill us with the light of the Holy Spirit and to occupy the Getty and allow us to achieve peace on earth and unconditional love. In the name of Jesus the Nazarene, at the Garden of Gethsemane, scale of prayers for humanity protected by archangels. Thank you so much. Dankeschön. Dr. SDK. Okay? Nobody's there.
Oh, I'm there. Hang on. I'm here.
Good.
I'm there. Good.
Great.
I always have to push these
I'm
buttons.
gonna mute. Bye. Thank you.
Okay. Bye. Thank you. All right, everybody. I still have all that background noise. Are you muted yet? I still hear a little noise. Maybe that's me. I need to turn down my volume.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I should
close
this one.
Yeah.
The other one, right?
Yeah, turn it off.
Bye.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Still noisy. Why am I still hearing that noise? Okay, I think you need to hang up. Huh? Hang up on me. Nope. I cannot get her off the call. Yeah, I'm really not liking this. All right, guys. Sorry about that again. Yeah, every time I do that, it changes the volume. That's really weird. That's really crude to have to do that, but sorry. Okay, listen. All right, first of all, Bob, I think that was you that called earlier. I lost you there. Sorry about that. I'm going to see if I can get you back in. Let me see. You were calling from 818. Nope. You're not in my call. Let me see if I can find you here. Nope, you're not there. All right, anyway, you guys, if you want to come in here, RD? Oh, RD, you ready to come in? Okay, RD, I can bring you in. I can bring in RD. Long time no see, RD. Let's see, RD. There he is. Add. All right. Else, Diane. Let me see, who else? Any Q fans out there want to tell me that I'm off base? Hey, RD.
Hi, Guy. Hey, listen, before we get off subject, last week's show, I didn't get a chance. I had a real quick note.
Yeah.
We were talking about Beware the Ides of March. Well, okay, Julius Caesar, the assassination. And I made one little note during the show. It was, et tu Bruti, you tu Brutus. I go, was like Trump or somebody going to have a YouTube Brutus moment? And what happened the next day?
Yeah, huh.
Isn't that weird? And then tonight, I'm really on track with you tonight, because if you recall, around November-ish of over a year ago, a year from last November, was when I first called in, I think, on Terry's show. And whatever we were talking about, we all commented, oh, yeah, the Q thing. And all I said was Philosophy 101, Socrates, and a psyop. And by Socrates, if I'm quoting the right person, wasn't his when the argument is lost, an argument or narrative is lost, hate is the tool they resort to. And I've watched this whole Q thing, and you're so dead right on, because all I always see it doing is
finger pointing.
Goose chase. I wrote 2 words down tonight. It's look, exclamation mark, with an arrow pointing to the word squirrel in lowercase with a Q capitalized. Look, don't look here. You're like Toto pulling the curtain back, and the guy behind the curtain is panicking, and he wants you to look at anything and everything that you might ponder on to keep from looking where you should be. So I wrote it in 2 words. Look, squirrel. I've been telling you that for a year and a half. Not that you didn't know it.
Well, yeah, these constant references to, bullshit like that. Oh, well, Q says, news cycle and, this kind of thing.
The way I read probably is a little different. I will go through all these headlines, and the first words I look for are the ones that were intentionally inserted there to jerk your knee. Okay? In other words, what it was the statement, and like you said tonight on some of these posts, I'm always going, WTF, is somebody still, I watched it evolve. I know there were other people that tried and got out of it, but there's been a consistent, like you say, it's probably the NSA, no doubt. But, I mean, what's the one thing they're not pointing to specifically? You get my drift?
Israel.
Yeah, and hey, Toto over there on Truth Cat, leave the fucking curtain alone. I'm sorry.
All right, I totally saw that. I totally, yeah.
I have to insert some humor, because I'm kind of getting appalled that, I don't know if appalled's the right word. It's like there's so many people are waking up, even the ones that aren't really awake are starting to go, WTF. I mean, I think they're sinking their own boat, because
well, they are. They're totally doing that.
The people are the movement now, by no name other than the people.
Yeah. Well, we definitely saw that this week, because obviously, like I said on the last show, when I got put in Facebook jail, and I had all those people start spamming the internet, and then next thing you know, social media gets shut down. That was some real power right there. And when you look at these Q posts, you could see the total change in tone and the change in subject matter, and it's and even Q says it's all about trying to capture the narrative and capture the dialogue and this where we go, when we go, all patriots, and all this rah team pep talk bullshit. Q can't do it.
That's what I was talking about with the Socrates quote. Okay, it's in the squirrel. They're pointing their finger at, look, you're accusing them of something dead on right. And they're going like, yeah, but look at this horrible thing over here and what they're doing, and patriots need to fight for this. I mean, they sound like, we're on your side and this is what you need to go after. And it only seems to happen when you hit the nail on the head. So, and a lot of people are waking up to that.
Yeah, well, definitely this week was like that. And I'll tell you, for me personally, it was certainly I don't want to say totally overwhelming, but so much happened so quick, and I kind of just wanted to kind of I had to step back a couple days ago, and then of course we have the petition, because remember, we talk about, well, what all happened. Let's not forget the petition, right? The petition was started on, what date is it? I got the darn thing right here in front of me. Let's take a look. Okay,
I think it's up
March 11th. was created on March 11th.
Yep.
That night, the night before I went to bed. See,
that's the same day. I usually see it as soon as you put it up, and I was watching for it, and that was the same time I was thinking, especially with that one post, I go, okay, he's going back to Facebook jail. It was no question in my mind. It was not surprised by it at all.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I kind of, but you know what? Once again, the decision to do that wasn't something I would change, and again, the guys that were attacking me, the trolls, they were in position in that group for anywhere from 2 months to 2 weeks at least, because it's all the activity, all the trolls that came out were all stuck in there in like the last 2 months. They just came out of nowhere. They wait for me to be in Facebook jail before they all go into action.
Yeah, well, I know. I mean, look how I ended up back on Facebook.
Well, we'll have to fix that, huh?
I just mad.
We'll fix that one of these days.
I've seriously considered just deleting it, because between your show here and Twitter and the web especially, and YouTube, I think I saved much.
Dude, that's like saying, I think I'm going to sell that 1911 because I really prefer my Glock 21, you know what I mean? And I really don't need 245s.
I'll take the 1911. How much you want for it?
Well, you know what I'm saying. It's just it's a weapon, man. It's a weapon, right?
Yeah.
I only
know 3 personal arms, and that's a 1911, the M14, and
you don't talk about that on the radio. Come on now.
Oh, that's
he's kidding, folks. He doesn't own any weapons whatsoever, except for that. He's got that one that it'll shoot you with.
It's a 30-30 Winchester Model 94.
There you go.
And 2 bullets.
Click, click. All right, wait. It only goes one click. Schlock, schlock. They kind of go schlick, schlick, huh?
Yep. I got the good. He had 2. I got the better one. So.
Wow, 30-30 and a 20. That's got to be a lot of kick, man.
Not really. They're not. It's not that bad.
You're talking about Model 94 Winchester chambered in a 30-30.
Yeah, it's a 30-30 Winchester.
Yeah, that means no recoil, people. That's a hard on the shoulder gun. Okay, I don't know if you guys realize it, but when you look at those westerns with those lever action guns, those things got no recoil. That's really tough on the shoulder.
Well, you definitely you learn to hold it tight.
When I say recoil, yes, it's got lots of recoil. What it doesn't have is any gas recoil reduction.
It's in your shoulder.
Your shoulder takes it all. Man, those things kick like a mule. Okay, I got to hear what Diane has to say. What's going on, Diane?
Well, a tidbit is 3 Mile Island 40 years later. The meltdown was March 28th, 1979.
Well, today's the 21st. So.
Well, the 28th, that's a week.
So you want me to talk about that next week? Is that what you're saying?
Well, if it's up to you, honey. It's just that I thought that was interesting. 40 years.
Well, guys, gee. I'll say there's something else interesting coming out. I didn't know how I was going to get this in there, but I think I brought it out last week a little bit. But that business with Revolution Radio and Carrie Cassidy and all that pornography stuff, it's getting thicker. Did you hear about? And you know what? What's funny about all that stuff is that it kind of connects the CIA and the NSA together. That's what's really funny about all that.
That's interesting, because very few times that I say, okay, I'm going to watch something of theirs on YouTube. I never finished it. I couldn't put my finger on it, but it didn't, it just didn't smell right.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, but the list of these guys, it's funny because what they'll do is they have this, I don't even want to repeat the name of these sites, but they'll have these big, long lists of their names all connected. Anyway, it's just really, really getting thick, and I'm kind of hoping it all comes out really soon, because it'll be a lot easier to explain to people when it's finally gone public. Right now, I don't really want to be the only one talking about it. Well, myself and Terry Joyce, of course, but I don't think people can understand. But this is what their bottom line is. They're saying now, it's coming out, is that in the entire truth media that we know of, your Revolution Radios and your Project Camelot and David Wilcock and all those people, are completely bought and paid for by the CIA and the Bilderbergers and satanic money. And the idea is that the whole plan was to control it all from day one and use the profit from porn sites to increase their traffic, their listenership, as well as fund the entire operation. So considering that all the money that people give to Kerry Cassidy or David Wilcock or even Revolution Radio, it's kind of sickening to think that they're already on the payroll of the dark side.
Well, I look at it like, my dad, every now and then we'd see something and he'd joke, man, what do you think it costs to put on that production? And I say, what? And he goes, there's a lot of money behind that, and where's it coming from? And usually it would be a message that we both understood, but like we're talking about now, like, what the fuck? I'm sorry. Oh, we can say that on Truth Cat Camp.
Oh, you're just so incorrigible, I swear, man. I'm losing my place here. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we are.
But yeah, it goes right back, I've been watching this go on for a while, and whenever I read through that stuff, it's finger pointing. Look, squirrel, aren't you worried about this?
Yeah. Oh, those darn Democrats. But this is the thing. Sure, I don't like the Democrats and all that stuff, but it's them Nazis. Okay, come on. You don't go wipe out the opposition. And the more they talk about the Democratic Party, come on, I'm going to have to hang up if you can't deal with your microphone there. Yep, same thing. Anyway, there's plenty of damn criminals in the Republican Party. That's what's disgusting. Okay, that was you making noise there, here, Diane. Anyway, Diane, what would you like to say tonight?
Well, you're talking about puppets from the same puppet master.
Exactly.
I don't think it's me making noise, number one.
Oh, well, I'm going to blame it on you anyway, so there. All right, well, okay, here's a puppet I can't stand it. Everybody's still... I come out and say, don't talk about Kamala Harris anymore because she's owned by Gordon Getty. If you want to talk about her, talk about Gordon Getty. They still talk about her. And yet they refuse to talk about Gordon Getty to the point of actually wanting to defend him. Crazy stuff. All right, who's trying to call me? Somebody I just...
I wish somebody would be able to just meet with him and make sense about the whole
meet with who?
mess.
Who's him?
Gordon Getty.
Why do somebody need to meet with him? For what?
Well, he's a powerful man, and he's doing negative things, obviously.
So you think we need to fix him?
Like, some people, like me, are very persuasive.
So we're going to save him, is that what you're saying? Captain Save-A-Ho?
Yeah, I feel that at least give me a chance.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'd like to just talk to him.
Why? Boy, look at you.
Well, why not? He's a person.
Okay, well, can you talk to him after we cut his head off? Huh?
Yeah, well, what if he wants to cut your head off?
Well, I'd like to see him try. I mean, I'm doing everything I can to try to get him to try. He's only got $10 billion. You think he could figure it out?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He hasn't done anything to you, has he?
He can't. He can't. You think he's just a mild-mannered guy that plays the piano? That buys corrupt politicians that promote abortion?
Well, somebody's really messing with me, and I don't, appreciate it.
So what the fuck does that even mean?
It's just another fact.
Okay, well, what does that have to do with your desire to save Gordon Getty? All right, I can understand.
Everything, does anything go together? I mean, the whole, talking about Q, and nothing is making any sense anymore.
Yeah.
Everything's silly.
Because it's all corrupt?
Well, that could be. I mean, it's people who don't know what they don't have.
All right.
There's nothing to live by anymore.
Okay.
Except nonsense.
Everybody's stupid. Let me cut to the chase and save a lot of words.
Everybody's no positive. Stupid. There's no good example.
Of what?
Of morality.
So you need a good example of morality for what?
For us to fix America or the world.
So the answer to fixing America,
the world.
We need an example. You think a damn shining knight standing there as an example to all of us is going to somehow save us?
Well, we need to be saved. We need to be delivered.
Obviously, and you think that talking to Gordon Getty real nicely and getting him to change his mind about trying to kill everybody and being satanic is a good idea?
I don't know. We have to start somewhere.
How about we start by killing him?
Well, then the demon spirits that are in him are going to leave him and go in somebody else.
Bullshit. Come on now.
True.
Now you're talking massive bullshit. Come on. Oh, we better not kill that demonic person because someone else is going to become even more demonic. Come on. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, fine. Here's an idea. Why don't we encase him in a coffin and we'll put him with a bunch of garlic and crystals and stuff like that, organite, and lots of little talismans and salt and red brick dust, and then we'll seal it all up in concrete and throw it in the bottom of the ocean. Do you think the demons will escape?
Prayer might help.
Okay, so we'll write magic words on his coffin that says, "Do not open this box. Demons, stay inside. We command you."
But it's the sun, because if you put it on the raised sun, Dracula could never stand the sun.
Well, that's the point. It's all foolish, okay? This whole business with cutting Gordon Getty's head off is going to release demons into the world. Come on! That's like saying that he's an evil man because he's got demons in him. Please. Jeez. Doesn't work like that.
Well, I know that back in the Old Testament, God said to...
No, that wasn't God in the Old Testament.
He said, don't spare one of the race he wanted them to kill.
That was Satan. That wasn't God. You're talking Satan now. Okay? That's Satan talking. God doesn't ask for genocide. That was Satan. You got to be very careful with the Old Testament not to confuse Satan with God. Which brings us back to that whole thing that you were getting to that I really wanted to make a point of, because if you look at the flavor of what's coming out of Q, there's three things I tried to get to tonight. One is anti-Nazi. Two is anti-Russia. And three is anti-Muslim. Now, what does that smell like to you? Okay, let's see. You hate the Russians. Well, Khazar hates the Russians, okay? They certainly hate the Russians. Nazis, well, obviously there's a certain demographic that even though they work with the Nazis, they still hate them, and they certainly hate their brothers of Abraham, the Muslims. So there's that group right there. And when you look at Donald Trump right now with his so-called, let's say, Israel First policy, of course, Q says saving Israel for last. Really? Is that another way of saying Israel first? Anyway, so that's very suspicious. And people need to realize, and here's something else that came out that week right before they shut me off of Facebook, and that was Operation High Jump. I was pushing Hollow Earth and Operation High Jump. That crap was all coming out. And Operation High Jump shows that we never stopped fighting the Nazis, that the Germans actually won World War II, and that we gave them half of our country as a result of the treaty that we established with them after the damn fiasco in Antarctica. So that needs to be understood in order to understand what's going on with the NSA, the undergrounds, and everything else. And there is also that polarity between the damn Zionists and the Nazis because they've been working side by side. And yet they're still at war with each other. So that's all we're seeing right now. And why am I getting so much noise? Diane, that's you making all that noise because RD and the other one are muted. Jeez, Diane. You need to control your telephonic device. I still hear you. Heavy breathing. Anyway, that's what's going on. So people, you got to wonder. Technically, because of the war, what you don't realize is that we've always been allies with the Soviets and now with Russia fighting the Nazis. Even though the Nazis are half our country, the other half has still been allied with those people. So this is very incestuous, and very confusing, and none of it makes any sense. And that's why we have to have these silly shows so that we can try to make sense out of this crap because it's so damn confusing. But it's just like the other point I brought up about the truth industry being absolutely corrupt, because when I got exposed to the truth industry, I said, and I told everybody, gee, 99% of everybody in this whole industry is corrupt. Now I find out it's actually true. So why should I be surprised that everything in our system that we are trusting is also absolutely corrupt, including Q and those things that we want to have faith in? And I think that the very fact that attacking the Getty and attacking all those other people that I was attacking, I mean, my God, talk about, Q supposedly, oh yeah, Q, cascade of revelations. Bullshit. If you're in a QAnon page, you would have seen actual real stars that I was outing on my page, like Drew Carey and Netflix people and all these other types, Jared Leto and what have you. But, hey, somehow we're supposed to think Eminem, P. Diddy, and fucking what's-her-face, Hilton girl are somehow important. Oh, but never mind. Forget about Rick Messina. Oh, and not only that, I tied these bastards to Roger Stone. Remember Roger Stone? The one that we think may actually be Q or part of Q? He must have got a little upset to see his face pop up again next to all these Satanists and pedophiles. So, they're very predictable. Anyway, I don't believe in listening or paying attention to his bullshit. I believe in driving the boat. And if it forces them to shut off Facebook or carry out mass murders, well, that's just how pathetic it is, because right now they're running out of shit to do. And it's just not working anymore. That's the bottom line. And Q's looking stupid.
That is the bottom line.
Well,
you got it right there.
But all these people that are supposedly waking up, that are still waking up, because remember, there's more people that are sleeping than there are waking, than there have that woke up already. You can't be trusting in groups like Anonymous and Q that are going to come along, stick a little bit of stuff out there, and suddenly you're supposed to think like they've been leading this thing from day one, when they're not doing anything. And if you look at that. We just read the Q for the last few days, and he didn't say shit. Really. You get more crap on my QAnon page than anything that Q said in the last 4 or 5 days. It was just more political bullshit, innuendo, and rah-rah team pep talk. And threats, Nazi threats, and brown and double talk. Telling us to not be guided, and to think for ourselves, and all this shit. And at the same time, telling you what to think. Total bullshit. Hey, don't scream in the phone.
I like it when you do your when you're on YouTube.
You like my little YouTube videos, yes, well.
I like them very much.
Yes.
They're very informative.
Well, who doesn't like those little videos? The people that turn off Facebook. Because look at what happened. The day they locked me out of Facebook, I produced 3 or 4 videos, several memes, statements, JPEGs, and that stuff started getting spammed in the comments. And what did they had to turn it off. They had it enough.
You can't give up. I mean,
give up? I'm not giving up. I'm going to give up. I'm giving up on you. You aren't worth it. I'm going to move on. I'm going to find me a new town. Let me see. What do they say in Brokeback Mountain? What is
where
it?
are you going to move to?
I ain't giving up on you.
Oh, that's Delmont.
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 Delmont's not here. All right, anyway. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Hang on. I want to say hi to everybody again. See who's all here. Oh, there you are. More people here. Germany's still here. Oceanside looks like you're totally dropping off because you're only here 3 minutes. I know that's not the case. When you move to the bottom of the list, I know that you're getting dropped. Encinitas, Hummelstown, Cyprus. Oh, you know who I don't see here? I don't see Hawaii. I was going to give a special shout out to Hawaii, but since I don't see Hawaii here, I guess I'll save it for next week. Oh, no, there you are. It just popped up. Look at that. Speak of the devil. 1 minute, 43 seconds. Hello. Aloha. That's all I'm going to say right now. All right, anyway, back to my babbling. Enough babbling. All right, RD, what do you have to say? Squirrel? Oh, my God, RD, you should see the squirrel in my backyard yesterday. It was so big. He was like a cat. He looked like a damn cat.
Yeah, tell me about it. This oak tree has a resident that gets bigger every year.
Yeah. Well, I don't have an oak tree, but whatever it is out there, it's a pepper tree or something, but that damn, the dogs go nuts. I mean, Emily wants to go out there every 20 minutes or so just to check and see if she can catch it, but wow.
People don't realize how big they can get.
Yeah, this one was really big. Big boy. He was sitting out the lawn. I'm just sitting there on the lawn. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at the size of that thing. It's like a cat except with a really bushy tail. Anyway. Yeah,
I don't mind the squirrels. We've been lucky there hasn't been any raccoons around for a couple of years, so I think that's under control.
Yeah, well, raccoons are kind of hard on the wildlife.
They'll take out your pet.
Yeah, they'll kill your chickens and stuff like that. And I don't dig that. Don't dig it.
Now we're enjoying the return of we have two kinds of hummingbirds up here, one that migrates and one that doesn't. The ones that migrate are back, and you go out to put out the feeder, and it's like being in the South Pacific with a bunch of Jap Zeros, man. They're dive bombing you.
No, what do you know about Jap Zeros now? Come on. Look at you.
I'm just saying, it's like you got to be quick about it because, boy, they're all over you.
That sounds like fun, actually.
It is, actually. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Well, what can I say? First day of spring, huh?
It finally stopped raining. It's not wet anymore like it was during the winter. We're actually had some 73-degree days. It's here. We probably still have a storm or so coming in, but it won't be much.
Hey, I just want to say really quick here because I kind of forgot. I just want to repeat myself though. But the guy who was with us earlier, Bob, I think it is. Is there he is? 717? No, that's 818 called. Oh, there he is. 818. I wish I could add him. 818-519. No, because I think I lost him when he, when I dropped the call there. If you want to try to get back in here, no, show's probably over, but oh well. Anyone else want to join us? Now's a good time. I'm really burned out. I've been staying up really late, to be honest with you. It's terrible, I know. That ain't gonna work.
Well, I just wanted to add in, it's spot on. It has been for me what you said tonight because I've been watching it. Kind of stepped aside from it a little bit. And it's so obvious. All of a sudden it just hits me like, yeah, well, of course. I was watching it happen. I could describe it and see what it was for what it was, but it was only maybe in the past month that I'm going, yeah, amongst all the people that were behind that, that's definitely a major puppeteer.
Uh-huh. Well, you know what you said, though? It's kind of interesting because this is sort of what I did. It's like you're watching it, you see it happening, it's going on, and what do? You kind of have to step aside. It's like, all right, it did its thing, it played out. I don't need to say anything. I'm just going to kind of step back and let this sort of play out a little bit. And that's sort of where we're at right now.
Yeah. And like I say, whatever we're calling the dark side right now, I mean, when you mention certain names and I focus on them, I see panic and desperation, and I'll be humorous about it and say it's like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain when Toto pulls it back. He's like, that's the impression I get. They're starting to worry quite a bit.
Well, I think Gordon Getty, I think he really freaked out. I think he's been quiet and all that. We never heard a squeak out of him. But at the same time, when that thing came out, Bring Me the Head of Gordon Getty, I got a feeling that struck a nerve. And then all of a sudden, all that spam was directed right at him. And I think he had to nip that in the bud somehow.
Yeah, like I say, you hit a nerve. That's what I call nail on the head. I mean, I'm watching it happen and evolve, and by the time it got to your show, I go, this is so right on with what's going on. And every time I look deeper into what everybody's talking about, I keep coming back to go, if you go back over to here with like the Getty issue and get rid of it, all that goes away.
Yep. That's right. That's right.
A long time ago, I remember I told you, there was, I think the subject matter was maybe the Vatican archives are down there now too, but whether they are or not, I said, well, there you go. All roads lead to the Getty, not Rome anymore. Mm-hmm. And I admit I was half-hearted about it, but everything everybody talks about now, I go, if we took care of this,
that all did this one thing, yeah.
It almost seems silly to imagine
it's so true. Easy. Right?
It is. One thing. I won't put the
one mission. One mission could save the universe, could change everything. But nobody even Yeah.
And okay, on one hand, no, I don't think Trump's the all to end all, but I mean he's human like everybody else. But we are living in a time with him that we have the best opportunity.
Of course.
And that can't be doubted. And of course, me, I don't trust anybody 100%, but I'm still on board. As long as he's walking and not just talking, I'm going. But I still don't 100% trust
this is the thing about Trump. It's not. We don't have to trust him.
No, I know.
Because it's like an employee. Let's say you got a whole bunch of employees. You'd like to trust them, but familiarity breeds contempt, right? You're still going to have cameras on them. You're still going to watch them to keep them honest.
He's opened a can that can't be closed back up. I mean, if he shuts up right now, it's out there. I mean, he's been talking on social media, people, and look at the other side panicking because they don't like it. Hey, whoa.
Yeah. Well, he's doing that because he's got all right. Trump. What Trump has is he has a big pulpit. He's got the big bully pit, as they call it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that he's the only one or the one that's been doing it first, and that's what really it comes down to.
All these but I'm saying,
well,
we live in a time of opportunity of what we're talking about. Needs this one little. I mean, I don't
but that's because we put Trump in there. People think, oh, Trump saved us. No, we saved ourselves by putting him in there.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know specifically where it's going, but I got some really good feelings coming up. It's just that, when you mention certain names, I see some desperation, and like again, with the Socrates thing, karma works, man. Everything else jerks. I'm sorry.
Karma works. Everything else jerks.
It's true. Look what we're talking about. One, I mean, I don't know what to say anymore when every time I look something up or see it or what's going on with it, hey, do this and it's gone. Over.
That's right. Yeah. Fix the Getty. All this this is the thing. Trump's talking about, we got Democrats, we got to do this, we're going to lose the election. Oh, come on, 4 fucking years. He's 2 years into the job. It wouldn't have taken that long to occupy the Getty and finish this whole damn thing. It would have all been over in the first couple of months, Could have started day one. Day one. I would have started day one. That would be the first plank on my damn platform. Is that, everything else is easy afterwards.
Well, I mean, if you want to take care of your whole opposition in one fell swoop, there it is right there.
There it is. It all comes crumbling down.
They all, in one way or another.
Yep. You
take their supply line goes back to somewhere its source, and that's it.
Unfortunately, it would also take down Q because it would take down the NSA and all their so-called gold power structure. Because that gold that we're taking back, it would be the gold that they're promising they're going to use for our economic reset.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yep.
You're going to dole out back to us our gold that you've stolen. Mm-hmm. Anyway, all right, people. Let's see how much time we got here. 15 minutes. Oh, goodness gracious. See, I'm getting lazy. It's harder and harder to come up with show material, but it's like with all the crap that's going on, it's like, geez. Of course, it's like Diane said. She'd like to see me go back to having guests and stuff. There was a time when that's all I did was have guests. Back in the day.
Yeah. Hey, you want to make any speculation on April 1st?
April 1st? You mean like if there's going to be any false flag nonsense going on? I don't feel anything happening.
No, I don't either. I was just making like, where they have these things about certain dates and events and whatnot. And
obviously, March 15th was definitely a day. And
oh, yeah, I was expecting something there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school, there was an underpass. Whenever you drove under it, the local college students at one time had spray painted, "Beware the Ides of March." So I was really kind of familiar with it, and I thought about it off and on a lot. Whenever it comes up, I always look around to see if
well, you keep bouncing out there. See if anything's going on. Watch out. A trap.
Yeah, I just,
It's a trap.
Well, when the internet came along, you could start really finding stuff. But it's always been around every year. I always think about, okay, who's going to have their A2 Brutus moment,
Well, again, though, all this bullshit coming out of QAnon with this, it's like Mueller bullshit, and they're still talking about people wiretapping Trump. I mean, obviously, yes, they tried to pull off a coup, but instead of doing all this bullshit little Q intrigue, why don't they just arrest these fuckers that pulled it off and execute them for treason instead of talking about it? It's such a scam, promising us that all these things are going to happen. And even then, like I said, what are they doing about the Republicans? Well, they just give them funerals. Everyone else goes to Gitmo. No, absolving Lindsey Graham of all of his crimes and trying to paint him as a good guy now, that's just appalling. That's never going to fly. So and Q's actually making references to Lindsey Graham like he's a good guy, something's wrong there. Don't you think? Just a little bit?
Oh, yeah. I remember back somewhere around that January when you started up your pages. I wasn't on Facebook, but I was paying attention. And, the Patriot Boys with Jerome Corsi, and I was I couldn't watch it for long, but I was more or less following what they were doing, and I'm going, oh, my God. I couldn't comment, and that's what I used to call the dark side of Q. But the whole Q thing is a dark side.
It is now.
Yeah, well, that's where it headed. I remember the evolution from 4chan to 8chan, that disappearing time, and all of a sudden it's up and going, and then the QAnon starts. And it's two different things. What I saw with what you did with QAnon was not what Q was. It was more like the people like, okay, let's educate ourselves.
Mm. Yeah. Well, obviously, what I'm doing is something completely different, and they don't like that. So tough shit.
Well, no. So who doesn't like it?
Yeah.
And who is it that doesn't? Yeah. I mean, the guy behind the curtain, man. I tell you, Toto, they don't like you.
Well, look at who got freaked out. Getty freaked out. Roger Stone freaked out. Those guys in Hollywood I was calling out freaked out. But I think the two biggest names of people that freaked out were probably Roger Stone and Gordon Getty. But I think the NSA, Q itself was freaking out because I was calling them out. And I think indirectly I was calling out Trump. So altogether, comprehensively. But then again, you look at these Q posts, some kids complaining that they can't post on Facebook. How demeaning and derogatory is that? Social media is shut down. Out of only 2 times in the history of social media this has ever happened, and Q makes some stupid little comment like, oh, some kid says they can't post. Really? Never mind that Q was responsible and it got shut down because Q was getting attacked. And Q's, at the same time this is happening, Q's trying to say, oh, well, you know, it's the CIA cleaning house. And it's like, yeah, squirrel. It says CIA squirrel. You know, it's always the CIA.
You're gonna see me post that somewhere typed like that. Remember, if you're gonna do it, spell squirrel in lowercase and capitalize the Q.
Well, I'll give you guys an example. Okay, this is just one last little example before we go. But a little while back, and this gives you an example of how they do these things. I could give you a bigger one, but I'll start with this one first. EG&G, high-tech company, photo electronic company, their big thing was ultra-high-speed cameras, but they're also one of the biggest contractors for Area 51. Okay, that should tell you a lot right there. Well, everybody knew it. They had a bad reputation because of getting connected to all that nonsense. So what do? They go buy another company. They go buy PerkinElmer. PerkinElmer is a smaller company. So they go buy PerkinElmer. What do? They change their name to PerkinElmer. That's like Bayer buying Monsanto, and now they're calling it Bayer. No more Monsanto. It's still Monsanto. Or, there's so many. Or how about AOL? AOL bought Time Warner. You know, Time Warner's huge, right? Big Rockefeller empire. And yet some little bullshit startup called AOL buys it out. Now all of a sudden it's all AOL. Crazy, huh? Anyway. All right, guys. Had enough? All right, Diane. You been here, Diane? No, you're not muted. You're just being quiet. Your phone doesn't mute because I wish you'd just get Skype. Like us educated.
I just muted it.
I know, but you're still not using Skype. You're using a phone. It'd be so much better if you're using Skype.
Well, I thought you had a lot of problems with Skype.
No. Problems it comes from the people using phones with Skype. If you had a Skype account, it makes it easier. That's where the problem comes in.
One question. If you have shungite, is it, and I have a lot of hair, if I put it on top of my ponytail, like bun, is that better than on my wrist?
Oh, it's one of those. It's like beads or something. Well, it's not going to hurt you anywhere you put it. Okay, it's as far as better.
I have one over my heart, a necklace, a little round. Around.
Both spots are great. Okay.
The head and the heart.
Either spot in your pocket doesn't matter as long as it's on you somewhere.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Did you want me to say a 3-sentence goodbye?
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Dear Father, help us to walk in the victory you have for us in every part of our life. Enable us to win at life so we can fulfill the purpose for which we were created. Thank you, Jesus.
Is that it? Those are 3 sentences? That didn't seem like it was 3 sentences.
Well, we do praise you, Lord, and forgive us for not meeting your standards. Help us to meet your standards and be a better example so that those who are lost can see that there is a Savior. The lost souls who need you, Lord, are probably miserable and
like Gordon Getty.
Well, they need to be drawn to you, Lord, and please help them. Jesus. Amen.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. RD, do you have anything you want to leave us with?
No, not necessarily. I was just about ready to say goodnight. I think it got kind of the end of my day, too. Thanks for the words, Diane. I really liked that, by the way. That was apropos at the moment.
Thank you.
I just, like I say, the only thing I got to say is don't panic. I got this, just like everything they're throwing out there is not where we need to be panicking about. We need to get back to, like we say, that one thing. And I can't believe how simple it is to understand and hard to accomplish. Of course, you understand what you're fighting against.
But they're making headway, though. It's like if this last week we actually picked up some headway and we scared them.
Listen, in the past month, I think, or less, I've seen reference in a couple of places, and I wish I'd taken notes, that I didn't expect to see that come up, the Getty issue thing. Not his name, and it surprised me. So it's starting to leak out somewhere. Somebody's taking notice.
Yep. You can't. I mean, that's what happens.
Well, you're the proof. Well, look what you're going through.
Beating it out so hard, beating my head against the wall for 7 years.
Well, no, just this recent incident. You are the forensic evidence.
I know. Damn it. Anyway.
All right. I'm going to say goodnight and keep it up, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Get out of here. All right,
good
you guys.
Good night, Dan. Thanks for the words.
Bye.
Good night. Stephen.
What?
Okay. Our responsibility is to do right by mankind. The rest is God's responsibility. Be devoted to one another in brotherly love. Honor one another above yourselves.
Okay. All right. I got you. All right, you get out of here. I'll talk to you next time, okay?
Okay, take care.
Bye.
God bless.
Yeah, I'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Whoops, there you are. All right, I'm going to say goodnight to you too, okay? Since we had so much trouble, there you are. So I'll talk to you soon.
Much. Goodbye. Good luck. Take
All
care.
right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You're welcome.
All right, everybody. I want to thank those of you that have stuck with us, all of you. Oceanside, Grants Pass, there you are. Hummelstown, Encinitas, everyone. Germany. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. Germany, I hope you enjoyed it. You tuned in early. All right, you've been here the longest of all of them. Interesting. Okay, guys. All right, anyway, once again, this is the Stephen D. Kelley Show. My name is Stephen D. Kelley. It is March 21st, 3/21/2019. The title of tonight's show was going to be QAnon Follies, or Foibles, if you will. And with that, I'm going to remind you, if you want to help us out, of course, being Facebook jail obviously has an impact on my ability to, remind you that I need your support. But such is life, okay? So anyway, I'm going to remind you to help me out. But with that, I'm just going to say goodnight, okay? So I'll talk to you guys next week. And like I said, until I get out of Facebook jail, you're not going to see any advertising, all right? So you're going to have to deal with that. Anyway, all right, everyone, this is Stephen Kelley, and I'm going to say good night. God bless. Adios, and goodbye.